Daniel Kariuki, KTN.
The fate of Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna as the Secretary General of ODM party now seems to have already been sealed. The party's National Central Committee is set to meet this week and deliberate on the proposal to change Sifuna as the party's Secretary General, with majority of the leadership proposing to eject him. And as our senior political affairs reporter Chris Tairu reports, the name of Narok Senator Ledama Olekina has already cropped up as the possible replacement of Sifuna.
The presence of Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna in Murang'a County and in the company of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua during the burial of the mother to Embakasi North MP James Gakuya could have triggered fresh efforts to remove him as the ODM party Secretary General, since his direct attacks against some of the party officials on the decision to support the re-election of President William Ruto. He has received backlash from the same officials he was attacking.
Mshenzi mmoja ametambua kwamba kuna ubaya ya pesa ya Uhuru Kenyatta. Nataka niulize Junet. Wewe Junet, pesa ya Uhuru ilianza kuwa mbaya siku gani? Wewe ulikuwa unakula pesa ya Uhuru, badala ulipe agents, ukaacha hawa kina Wamunyoro wakatupiga 10-0. Sasa hii tunalia huko nje.
Through their social media platforms, both minority leader in the National Assembly, Junet Mohammed, and Narok Senator Ledama Olekina have clearly shown indications of removing Sifuna as the party Secretary General. In one of the posts, Ledama says, and I quote, "If you want to leave the ODM party, go ahead. No one is stopping you. Don't wait to be kicked out, because that is what will happen soon. Enough with the empty threats. This noise is getting out of hand." End of quote. Sources close to the party leadership indicate that the party's National Governing Council will be meeting this week to deliberate on the fate of Edwin Sifuna.
Hii vita yote unasikia nikipigwa ndani ya chama cha ODM ni kwa sababu moja tu. Nimesema Ruto one term.
Going by the numbers, those on top leadership and support President William Ruto's re-election are the majority, led by party leader Oburu Odinga, the deputy party leader Simbarati, the chairperson Gladys Swanga, and other members, compared to the two leaders, Secretary General Edwin Sifuna and deputy party leader Godfrey Osotsi, who don't support the re-election of President William Ruto.
Kama wewe uko na shida, enda tengeneza chama chako na ende utengeneze broad base yako ingine pale pengine. Lakini hiyo ndio unatupeleka ya Uhuru Kenyatta, sijui ya United Opposition ati 1 billion, hiyo enda ukule peke yako, sisi tutaki.
Reports are that Narok Senator Ledama Olekina is already warming up to replace Sifuna as the Secretary General. According to the party's constitution, to replace a Secretary General, a National Delegates Congress must be convened to ratify a decision that would have already been made by the party's National Governing Council. Chris Tairu, KTN, Nairobi.
Very well, that story takes us to our first commercial break right here on Checkpoint. Politics has taken center stage. When we come back, much more right here on Checkpoint. Now, Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has broken his silence on alleged moves to push him out of ODM as a Secretary General, while striking a conciliatory tone and signaling his willingness to engage rivals within the party. At the same time, the widow of the late ODM leader, Raila Odinga, that is Mama Ida Odinga, has for the first time publicly weighed in on the growing internal rifts within the party, urging feuding leaders to de-escalate tensions and resolve their differences through dialogue. David Mudoka reports.
At a ceremony marking what would have been the late ODM leader Raila Odinga's 81st birthday, held at his Kerarapon home in Langata, Nairobi County, and organized by Nairobi legislators, the deepening cracks threatening the Orange Democratic Movement took center stage. The first to address the simmering crisis, which includes attempts to remove ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, alongside allegations that some party officials are undermining ODM by working with external political forces, was Raila Odinga's widow, Aida Odinga.
Raila ran ODM on principle of constant consultations and always referring to the people. It is my wish that we can preserve the party in his honor as a matter of service to our country.
This marked Aida Odinga's first public intervention in ODM affairs since the death of her husband on October 15th last year, as she issued a firm appeal to warring factions whose standoff now threatens to split the party.
Let us approach the problems of the party by always asking ourselves, what would Baba do under these circumstances? I'm sure Baba would tell us, let us sit down and talk. And I'm sure that's my wish, to sit down and talk our differences.
Among those at the center of the unfolding power struggle is Nairobi Senator and ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, who has been a vocal critic of any political arrangement between ODM and President William Ruto's UDA ahead of the next general election, a position that has ruffled senior party figures openly aligned to the broad-based partnership.
The only reason sometimes it spills out, ma'am, because we are also human beings, you know. Sometimes mambo inachemkanga na mbaya saingine.
Sifuna, however, dismissed claims that he's out to destabilize the party, maintaining that he remains committed to party unity and extending an olive branch to those he says are engineering his political isolation.
It will not be me to wreck Mzee's party. It will not be Sifuna. I made that promise to Mzee, and I want to repeat it here. The advice that you've given, Mama, I want to tell you, there is no one in ODM. It doesn't matter how many times, how badly you've insulted me. There is no one in ODM I will not sit down with.
The calls for restraint and dialogue by Aida Odinga and Sifuna were echoed by other ODM leaders present at the event.
Kama tuna magombano yetu, tugombane ndani ya nyumba. Kila mtu ana maoni tofauti kwa chama ya kuzungumza, lakini tuzungumze ndani ya chama na ndani ya zile organs zetu za chama.
Problems will always be there. Ups and downs will always be there. But Mama, thank you. You keep on saying, my children, let us continue with the warmliness that our father, Raila Amolo Odinga, left for us.
He stretched a hand to some of his worst tormentors, and at every point he was able to heal the country and to bring it back into one. I think it is time that all of us learn from that example.
These developments come just hours after Edwin Sifuna held talks with ODM leader and Raila Odinga's elder brother Oburu Oginga at his office, a meeting widely interpreted as a signal that efforts to push Sifuna out of the party leadership may have been halted in favor of internal consultations and dialogue. With more calls for dialogue being made, including from Raila's widow Aida Odinga, eyes now will be on the ODM party's top organs to see how they will resolve the ongoing internal wrangles and avert an ODM implosion. David Muthoka, NTV, Nairobi.
The Senator of the City County of Nairobi, Senator Sifuna. Karibu, Senator.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Dr. Canon Aida Odinga, the members of the Odinga family here present with us, my sister Rosemary, Winnie, and Junior, and all your kids who are here, the members of Parliament who have joined us on this particular day. I want to borrow the words of somebody who has said that walking through this gate today, Mama, has been quite surreal. It is the first time since I have known this home to come here when Mzee is not here. And, you know,
Today, Mama called me and she told me, Sifuna, you look like somebody who needs a hug. And I am eternally grateful, Mama, that I have come to your home and I've gotten that hug. It is going to renew my spirit and my strength. You asked me a few things. I explained to you why I have not come back to Kango. I just honestly don't know how you and your family have been able to do it. How you have managed all those people who have come to your home to condole with you. You have done it with such strength and grace. It has impressed the whole world, I think. Mama, Baba belonged to a lot of people. I have given you my excuse why I have not come back to Kango. We need to create space for other people to also mourn Mzee. We will not hog his grave. We will allow other people who also loved Mzee to come and mourn with you. But that you have done that with a lot of strength, I just don't know honestly how you've been able to do it. And throughout this period, to have the strength to also consider what other things are happening in the country and in the party. I have listened to every word that you have said. And as I said at Mzee's burial, it will not be me to wreck Mzee's party. It will not be Sifuna. I made that promise to Mzee, and I want to repeat it here. The advice that you've given, Mama, I want to tell you, there is no one in ODM. It doesn't matter how many times, how badly you've insulted me. There is no one in ODM I will not sit down with. I want to give you that assurance. You have asked us to sit and talk. I am very prepared. It doesn't matter what has happened. As Mama has said, Mimi, I'm going to extend that olive branch because Mama now, wewe ndio huko. Umetuambia. Water under the bridge. It doesn't matter what you have said to Sifuna or how badly you feel about me. I am prepared to sit down and iron out our issues. The only reason sometimes it spills out, Mom, because we are also human beings, you know. Sometimes mambo inachemkanga na ni mbaya saa ingine, lakini umetuguide vizuri. Mimi ninakumbuka Baba used to consult everyone. As you have said, I have told people stories. You would go to a village in Tana River. You find a kamzee there. Unaweza kumwangalia uone huyu mtu ni bure umdharau. Saa ile unatoka, huyo mzee amepigia Baba simu. Sema huyo kijana, ama ni mzuri, ama amenipeleka vibaya, ama amenipeleka vizuri. Unalanda hapa Nairobi, unaona Baba anakupigia simu. Edwin, where are you? Kuja nyumbani. Umetoka Tana River, umefanyaje ule mzee? So, that message that you have given us, always consulting, always being firm but fair, and always remembering the principles upon which this party was built. I think with that, that has always been our North Star. And if we follow that, I don't think there's going to be any reason to worry. Now, Mama, I don't want to go further than that. I have been asked to introduce just one gentleman who was not introduced. We have the Deputy Governor of Kisumu, Dr. Matthews Owili. He is here with us. And mine, I'll just conclude by saying, long live Baba. It has been quite strange just trying to find our footing as a people, as his sons, as his children, without him. I was telling someone that Baba used to be like the Supreme Court. Mimi na Aladwa tunakwaruzana tukijua kesi itaenda wapi? Supreme Court. Sasa saa hiyo Supreme Court hakuda, sasa unajua itakuwa vigumu kidogo. But we are happy that you are here to offer us guidance as your children, and we will always, in respect and in honor of Raila Odinga, follow the advice that you have given us to always sit down as a family, to consult, to talk to each other and not at each other. With those many words, happy birthday, Baba Jacom Raila Molo Odinga. May God continue to rest his soul in eternal peace. Thank you very much. Back to you, MC.
Your Excellency, Mama, on very short notice, you can see that there are very many people draped in the jersey of Baba's favorite team. And Mama, you know, there were some long nights at home and in other places where we would sit and watch matches with Baba. But I was always very clear that I share so many interests with Baba, but the one interest that I never shared was Arsenal. And that is why you don't see me in a jersey that is Arsenal. And that is why you don't see the Honorable Jalango in an Arsenal jersey. But now I want to call up all these guys who are wearing these jerseys and all these guests of Mama to come up. And before you come up, let me call the Honorable Wakili Anthony Oloch to come and do something small. Karibu Wakili.
Your Excellency, Canon Dr. Ida Odinga, Junior, Winnie, Rosie, Yvonne, and your grandchildren and all those who have come here. On my own behalf, I'm also very grateful that you and your family were still able to open up your doors for us. And I think, like KJ has said, we were just meeting as members of Nairobi in this broad-based outfit that you see. And when we heard that you had a birthday, we decided, or that Baba had a birthday and that you are addressing the nation today, we thought of what we could do. And the only thing that we could thought that was symbolic, that would have made Baba smile today where he is, was to don in his favorite T-shirt. And so in his honor, because I know where he's resting, he's also resting with my dad, who died and was buried 2 days before Baba. Baba actually set the date for my dad's burial and unfortunately passed on before he could make it. The other day when I talked to Mama, I told her that, you know, when those two events happened, I thought that the sun would never rise again. And I thought that I would never smile. And the other day when I saw Mama and I saw her smiling, I just said, God is great. Sindio? So we thank you so much, and my simple task here is to symbolically present. I don't know if Mama ever helped Baba in supporting Arsenal, but leo utakuwa na t-shirt ya Arsenal and Baba will be so happy where he is. So allow me to hold these this way, and this is written Mama Ida